Alright, so big things happened last time. We also crashed a couple of times, so that's bad, but it happened. Now we gotta consult with Aureus. Hard to believe what just happened. Kendrick Starhead rushing a plan ahead without consulting any of his people. Something no one's even heard of emerging from the Grand Gate and the spindle dead from over-channeling magic. I had always heard that was a risk, but to see, no, feel it. That won't be easy to forget for once I don't really know where to go from here. And if anyone will know what to do now, it's Aurea. Indeed. Aftermath. But before we talk to Aurea, Kazmin, what's up with you?
I know you're not one to shy away from a fight, but you should have known better than to go toe to toe with that thing.
Oh, I'm fine.
Tasman, I'm all right.
I'm alright.
That's not the point, Brynn. I.
I need you.
I was really scared.
Yeah.
I know.
I know I should be better about this, but I can't lose you. Not after we finally.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going anywhere. I promise.
Yeah, I could have killed him myself, by the way.
Good. Dom would be beside himself if something happened to you.
Oh, yeah, damn.
I don't know what I'd do without Dom either.
We can keep talking. Okay, let's keep talking then.
You're staring. What's got you in such a good mood?
I don't know.
What? I can't admire my gorgeous girlfriend.
You can.
Hmm.
But none of this showing up here just to look at me with love in your eyes. That's too mushy.
Oh, great.
Especially in front of Aurea.
Oh, she's okay.
At least come up with something clever to talk about.
Right. Too bad I'm feeling mushy. Ask when she fell for me. She mentioned Oria being close by. Ask if she's worried Oria won't approve of us. I can't wait to be alone with her. Ask how she'd like to spend some time off. Let's get to know each other better. Ask about her childhood. What about your childhood?
Tell me about yourself then. What's the happiest memory from your childhood?
Good question.
It rained a lot in Dunbrennig, so we didn't do this often. But on the rare sunny days, my mum took me to the beach.
Who she likes to beach?
We'd both bring books and blankets to spend the day reading on the hot sandy coastline.
That sounds lovely.
It was.
Alright, I can't wait. Okay, she mentioned Oria being close by. Ask if she's worried Oria won't approve of
Are
us.
you worried that Aurea won't approve of us?
No, she thinks it's cute.
Hmm.
Then why are you worried about her seeing us be cute?
It's not just her, it's everyone.
Everyone's happy about us.
You make me so happy. And I guess I'm afraid that if everyone sees how happy I am around you, then
Then,
they'll know how devastated I'll be if it doesn't work out. This is still really new.
alright, alright.
Is it bad if I need to take things slow before I can parade our cuteness around the camp?
No, it's
Of
fine.
course not. But just so you know, you make me incredibly happy too. If I have my way, this will totally work out.
That's reassuring.
Too bad I'm feeling mushy. Ask when she fell for me.
Sure. I can find something to talk about.
Ah.
What made you fall head over heels for me?
Hmm.
Subtle. I guess I believe that the best thing you can do with your life is be in service of others.
That's what I do.
And that's what you embody. As a friend, as a point, as a leader. Yet, somehow you do it without burning out or putting others above yourself in an unhealthy way. That's very attractive.
Hmm.
That's what draws me to you. How caring you are. And more importantly, how you're learning to turn that care in towards yourself.
Yeah.
I'm trying, at least. I like that you noticed.
I mean, I don't want you going mad with whatever. What did she get? Something's curse? I forget. I can't wait to be alone with her. Ask how she had to spend some time off.
So, if being mushy around the caravan isn't ideal, tell me what you'd like to do when we have some downtime.
I'd love to. It's dumb.
Go to the beach?
Now you have to tell me.
Stargazing.
Oh,
When I worked the shipping lanes, I learned a lot about navigation by the stars.
sure.
Maybe it'd be fun to... I don't know.
Stargaze.
Kaz, nothing would make me happier than a date by starlight with you.
Oh, I think it would be so peaceful.
Yeah. Alright, words just aren't coming to me. Tell her I'll need to go.
Unfortunately, your adorable face has left me speechless.
Oh, gods.
Hmm.
I'll meet you in your tent later. You
Oh.
can stare all you like then.
Oh my.
Looking forward to it.
Really? What if I go sleep in the tent now? Is he gonna turn up? Anyway. Go pet my little guy here. Does everyone want to talk? I'm guessing every single person wants to talk. Makes sense. Lane, up with you.
The bar I'd set for my expectations of him was low. Subterranean. You'd have to plumb tremendous depths to even glimpse it.
But he still was even lower.
And yet, I never would have expected him to stoop quite so low as he did at the Grand Gate.
He did just run away.
Hey, Lane. How are you holding up?
I'm fine. Just coming down from the stress of all this. I was a bit worried about you, I'll admit. Are you all right?
He did smack him with the sword quite a bit, but you know.
Thanks for the concern. A little sore today, but no lasting injuries.
Good. Good.
Are you sure you're fine?
Yes. Just ruminating on the numerous disastrous failures that led to this. Not by us, but...
I mean, partly biased. We did let them out. I should have seen it coming. Tell her about my regrets. No one could have seen it coming. Tell them it's not their fault. Yeah.
We'd all love to protect the future. But smart as you are, even you can't do that.
Yep.
Isla would still be here if I could.
No.
I know. She saved us all.
Scholars rarely agree on much. But if there's one philosophy many of us share, it's that we must understand our past to build better futures.
Makes sense. You are a historian.
Maybe I couldn't have prevented this tragedy, but I can't help but mine the past for clues of what was to come. If only to stop it from ever happening again.
That is a valid thing to do. For sure. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it and all that. Hello, Dam. Nothing to weave. We can talk, though.
Brynn, I cannot fathom how you must have felt in that fight against the Surgeborn.
I didn't get a damn strand from him, bro.
As strange as it is to say, I had the easy part.
Yes. The tragedy about Isla. So much talent lost. Wasted, even.
Well, that's it. Okay, Dam. Not much to say. Sola just doesn't even want to talk. She's like, yeah, whatever, it happens. Get over yourself. Dev, you helped it happen. Okay, nothing. Alright. Arakim, you seem happy.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
I'm so
Not
sorry
be.
for your loss. How are you holding up after everything?
Thank you, but I don't think you want the real answer to that question.
He's offering me an out and I feel I should take it. I'm telling me he's alright. He looks like he could use a vent, offer the opportunity. Yeah, vent.
I really do. You look like a pot about to boil over, and your people need you focused. So let me have it.
I knew Kenrick Stanold was incompetent, but this... I didn't think he was capable of this.
Yeah.
He deploys my entire team, spreads us thin on no information.
Right.
A plan that requires utmost secrecy, he called it. Swearing we would be given what we needed to know when the time was right.
Was there no information?
And then? Nothing. A big speech, empty promises of victory, and the dawning realization among my team that we were a distraction.
That's pretty bad.
Meaningless forces to draw the Surgeborn's attention. And at that, we succeeded.
People?
While Kenrick, goddamn Stanold, ran for his life, they descended on my people like vultures swarming a corpse. Good people died because of that man.
Oh, that's bad. Okay.
Good people will carry scars because of that man. It should have been him.
Yeah. He did live, huh? Although I'm guessing he's gonna give up his seat. If he has any respect, he should give up his seat. He should see he doesn't deserve power. Now we can just head back out there, huh? He'll be like, yeah, all that shit happened, but whatever, I'm just gonna go out and farm some more. No, we'll head to the hold. See what's going on over there. In its last years, the Enclave held some kind of tournament. I gotta figure out about the tournament too. What is going on with you? Oh, you should be devastated. Because I mean, she was your girlfriend for a bit.
You mentioned you were in charge.
Oh,
Does that mean you're the new eye now?
she's in charge. Who mentioned it?
So the council is larger than just the 3 main representatives. As you heard, we convened and unanimously agreed that Kenrick had overstayed his welcome in the role of the Eye.
Alright.
So he's been stripped of that, and by default, that means I'm in charge. Emergency authority.
Emergency, right.
Am I the Eye? No. And nor do I particularly want to be right now. But when the time is right to hold elections, we'll do so. We need to break this cycle.
That is true.
What cycle do you mean?
Council seats weren't permanent before the surge. That idea was Kenrick's,
A bad idea.
and it's clearly not worked out for us. So again, once we've solved this crisis, we'll chart a new path.
We should.
Assuming we survive. After all, we could all be dead this time next week.
Oh, don't worry. You'll be fine. I mean, you should worry, but like, not too much. You know what I mean? He's just chilling here, huh? What's up with you, idiot?
Ridiculous! The Stanilds have been receiving the rite of ashes at the Hallowpire Rise for generations. That Hiram doesn't want to send a mourning party is an insult to her memory.
Great.
That's not fair. You know Khan Atame would love to give Isla.
Don't say her name.
Uh-huh.
All I'm saying is the Axel lost someone too. You don't need to make this harder on her.
And who, pray tell, is working to ease my pain?
Great.
The answer is in the silence. No one.
You caused it, bud. You literally caused it. So no one is easing your pain. What is this? Oh, she's blocking me now.
You're going to speak to the Talon.
The Talon?
I don't expect to get much out of it, but yes.
Okay, I should talk to
Be
Oria.
careful. Clearly the Talon was able to manipulate Kenrick. And while I know you're not the idiot he is, speaking to that thing is risky.
I know.
I just have to find out what I can. If the Talon has any insight that can help us.
It's a risk worth taking, I know. Just don't reveal anything in the process.
Got like a hive mind or something, obviously. I don't want to go in yet. Yeah, we're gonna wait here. I thought it would be like a statue or something made in her honor, but no. Apparently I'm going rocking to the frickin' to the Talon. Back to the way station we go. Excessive materials can be turned into camp supplies and used to upgrade the companion stations, among other uses. You can even trade it. Alright, Oria. Tell me about the aftermath.
Hey,
Hello?
Hey,
how do you feel?
Eh, could be better.
okay now. But it was touch and go for a while. Lane will probably never forgive me. For that matter, I might not either.
I knew that fight. The spindle, giving her life like that. It'd be on your mind all night. How could it not? And I've been mulling over what to tell you this morning. I had a speech planned, but you don't need a speech. You're like me. It'd ring false. So I'm going to tell you what I'd need to hear after something like that.
Right?
You did good. It was an awful situation, but you stood up and did what needed to be done without hesitating. Not many people have that kind of grit.
I did do well, but it's nice to have it confirmed. Tanker, I toe-to-toe with an unknown horror is better than good. Brag a little. She can say that, but for me, good means everyone walks away. Yeah.
I can't shake the feeling that if I had done something more, the spindle would still be with us.
Yeah, I mean, I could have killed it faster.
She made her choices same as you. She was a weaver, and we do whatever it takes. Look, I know you, Brynn. You're made of stern stuff. You've the mountains in your bones.
That is true. I do come from the mountains.
Any sense of doubt or being shaken is just snowfall. Temporary, and it'll slide off soon.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
That was the part you practiced, right?
Yes. But that doesn't make it less true.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Thoughts on what we do next? We obviously need to deal with that beast. But where to start?
Yeah, I need its freaking strand.
We need to get everyone together. Our band, Arakim too. And I want you to call the meeting.
I've spoken to everyone.
Me?
Yes, you.
You're the new leader. Apparently. Call the band around the sky. Moria always pulls out the pep talk right when I need it most. As much as this is a time of mourning, I can wallow in what could have been different, or I can take the step to make this right and honor Isla's memory. And we gather the band around the sky. Moria has asked me to call this meeting. You have upgrades still missing? No, they're all maxed out. Then why the hell do I not have the mission? Bro. Okay, and then Lane. Why am I talking to him though? Compare and contrast. Yeah, okay, we'll wait for that. Let's finish this first.
I know everyone's up in their heads right now, but we have real problems to solve. So let's clear the air.
Yep.
Are you running this discussion then?
No,
She is.
I am apparently.
Sev, this has to start with you.
You need to explain.
We knew you were working with the Eye. We told you we'd have your back. Help us understand what happened. Just breathe, Sev. Start from the beginning.
Right.
I'm sure Brynn and Sola told you all. But I belong to an order called the Norians.
Right.
We're sometimes called the Watersmiths. Imagine my surprise to learn our talents had been critical to the construction of the tapestry. Our order binds us to always help another Norian. Especially a high-ranking one like Stanild. And to keep their secrets.
Right.
So that's how he sunk his claws into you.
The Norians operate nothing like us. Dig into their mysterious nature.
Why
Yeah.
is the order so secretive?
We've always been critical to the survival of Taza. Water is life in the desert. And we control the flow of water. The Elders have a secret political chokehold on the kingdoms.
Sense.
The altruistic Norians will tell you the secrecy is so no one can undo our work. But I have my doubts.
It's just power, rule in the shadows and all that.
And so, the Order operates in the shadows.
Yeah, control everything.
I imagine they were much the same here in the Enclave.
Sev was helping Stanhide directly. Ask if we'll talk about his work.
What did Stanild have you doing?
It was all work on repairing the Grand Gate. He'd heard about our success with the gate in the Hollow and felt I might be able to replicate it.
Were.
Thanks to your help, I was able to do so. And he took me more into his confidence as a result.
Right. Sev joined the band before me. Inquire about how that related to the Norians.
Did you leave the Norians to become Sola's apprentice?
One never really leaves the Norians. Not with their life.
Oh, it's a lifelong thing.
If word got out about me betraying Stanild, I'd be a dead ram walking. But no. My people have a ritual known as Ram Bralem.
Ram Bralem.
It is a time to pursue another path. and Sola was kind enough to accept me for mine.
Right.
It's true. I knew it could be temporary, but was hoping you'd stay on after.
Yeah, we'll see. I just want to know where Sev's loyalty stand now. Move on from the Norians.
The most important thing is whether we can trust you.
Yes, Sev. Convince us.
He's mad.
I swear, nothing I did was intended to cause harm. Too many of my order are political animals. But there is real good to be found among the Norians. Craftspeople who just wish to perfect their art. To bring water to people in need. To experiment, but need the resources to do so.
The Norians provide.
Unfortunately, too many of those resources are controlled by people like Stanild.
The Norians.
They're all the same. They see a point of control. Water, information, wealth. And they abuse it. I thought the secrets were a necessary evil. For some great purpose, but seeing his chokehold on the Enclave, it's stagnation.
He's mad.
You all have every right to distrust me. I am sorry. No more secrets. I just can't do it anymore.
Right.
If you can't be a Norian, then what are you?
Part of our band?
If you'd have me, I'd like to stay.
Right.
Those of us who have been here longer than Sev. Thoughts?
I haven't, so.
It's hard to have divided loyalties. But you did the right thing in the end, and if you hadn't, we might all be dead. That takes courage.
He did help in the end when he realized what's happening.
Still wasn't quick enough.
I don't know what to make of any of this. I want to believe you, but it's hard in the uncertainty surrounding us.
Right, so he's a no.
When I was going through it, you all pulled together to help me.
Right.
You are all heard. And I would add that you joined us under false pretenses, Sev. You had loyalties outside the band you never disclosed.
He did not disclose it.
I have a hard time accepting that he kept so much from us, but shared so much with the Eye. Who knows what Stanild, or God's help us, the Talon heard about us?
Yeah, the Talon.
Only time will tell how much damage that's done.
Lane, I hear you and I understand. Sev has real work to do to rebuild trust. Only you can decide when the apology feels real to you. Sev, that considered, you have worked tirelessly since joining us, and demonstrated an enterprising spirit and deftness as a smith.
Right.
And before the blade could completely fall, you risked all by blocking it with your own hand. You can never be a Norian again. I do not sense that you wish to be.
Does not.
And who are the Weavers but a group of outcasts and misfits, just trying to muddle through together?
He's accepting him, yeah.
You will stay. And you will help. We have work to do. Tell us about Stanild's plan.
Thank you, Horia.
The plan. We need to move past this, refocus the discussion on fixing things. Things are bad, we can handle it, inspire with some bravado. We must get all the intel we can. Remind Sev we need to know everything. Yeah, know everything.
I won't dance around it. The situation we face is not good. The Surgeborn are more strategic than we could have imagined.
Yeah, they can talk and shit.
Now, we have no idea what they're planning, but we do know that they can plan. That's our edge. But here's our challenge. That Talon. It spoke. It knew things it couldn't know about us. We're on the back foot and need to catch up fast.
Then let me, as Horia said, help.
Tell us.
After I repaired the gate, Stanild took me completely into his confidence. He'd been questioning and learning from the Talon. Or so he thought.
Not realizing he was being manipulated.
He was increasingly estranged from his daughter. I'd wager he was desperate for a friend.
And found it in the Talon. Great.
I'd agree. Based on what he'd learned from the Surgeborn from his friend. He put together a plan.
What was the plan?
Use my people as a distraction to pull the bulk of the Surgeborn out of the underworks. All while he used the gate to... what?
There is a place, deep, deep underground, known as the Source. A feat of engineering unparalleled.
Should go there.
It's the secret to the Enclave's power. The abundance of magic. The heart of the tapestry. The thing powering the veil.
He wants to bring down the veil.
There was only a single loom gate still connected to the Source after Asylum cleared all connections. And I'm the one who repaired it.
Right.
The Grand Gate would take him right to the heart of things then.
Exactly.
Do what?
Stanhild thought he could... what? Sneak down there and fix things somehow? Tear down the veil?
His hope was to go down and secure a working space, sealed off from the distracted Surgeborn.
Right.
He wants to eventually fix things with the help of the Spindle. All glory to his family.
Right, of course.
That arrogant idiot.
He'd read in his personal archives there was a system designed to shut down the Source. In the hopes of discovering how it worked, he had been feeding information to the Spindle about it in drips.
Meaning she might have been working on a fix for the Source without knowing it.
We need to search her notes or whatever.
Then we have to pursue her research, clearly.
Yeah.
Good. But we still have the problem Stanhild never saw coming. A great Surgeborn.
Huh?
Which almost certainly will be unkillable if it operates like every other Surgeborn.
Right, but I can kill it for some time.
It's hard to imagine any place more full of tangles than the literal source of the magic that's overflowing.
Probably.
On that, I have an idea. If I'm right, we might be able to turn the tables and remove its advantage.
Oh, survive the tangles?
I'll need Brynn's help if that's all right with everyone.
Yeah, sure.
Of course. If it gives us a chance, we have to take it.
I agree.
Has anyone just thought to ask the Talon?
It's bad.
What would we ask it? Favorite color? Favorite way to disembowel Ashar?
No, she's right. It has clearly demonstrated an interest in Brynn. Maybe she could pry some information out of it.
I'm not sure I'll get much. But I'm also sure I'm not going to think it's my friend. So, worth exploring?
Then we have a path forward. Sev will pursue his thoughts on dealing with that beast.
My people have started calling it the Herald.
Herald, huh?
Of destruction? Doom?
Why not both? As I said, people are on edge.
Fine. Sev pursues weakening this herald. We work with the Axle to look into the Spindle's latest research.
Okay.
And if she feels like it, Brynn has a chat with our imprisoned Surgeborn.
Okay, objectives.
As good a path forward as we are going to find. Let's call it here and get to work.
Aftermath. Quest complete. Consult with Dam about his search of the wreckage at the Grand Gate. Remains of the day. Dam searched the wreckage. New quest. Weathering the storm. New quest in memories. Incredible. Just quest after quest. Remains of the day. Apparently Dam inspected the Grand Gate after the battle and wants to speak with me about his findings. I should visit his atelier. Weathering the storm. Consult with Sev. In the wake of the Spindle's death and the debacle at the Grand Gate, Ori has asked me to speak to Sev. Apparently he has some kind of plan that will help us fight the Herald. In memories, consult with the axe that Cassidy told. It's hard to believe Isla is really gone. Her sacrifice saved countless lives. Oria has asked me to offer my condolences to the Enclave leadership in Cassidy's hold on behalf of our Weaver band. I can't imagine what state they're in right now. The Grand Gate. I read this already, right? Kendrick Stanhide. We did, I think. Dam, remains of the day. What remains?
I examined the wreckage at the Grand Gate after everything that transpired there.
Alright.
Found something useful?
A kinetic strand, in fact.
Oh,
The Ark must have torn it from the Herald's pattern in the chaos of the battle.
nice.
Think we could weave it into my mantle?
I don't see why not. its pattern appears to be quite similar to those found on wild creatures and archons.
Very good.
All right. We need every advantage.
Then let's get to work.
Alright, enchant kinetic stream into your mantle. Dam was able to retrieve a strand from the Surgeborn Herald. The Great Archon must have torn the Herald's pattern during the fight. I can weave the strand into my mantle when I'm ready. And is it max level too? It's the last strand, I think.
And we're finished. This will be quite the powerful addition to your mantle.
Yep.
How so?
This strand can twist kinetic magic into a tunnel.
Ooh.
In battle, you could push debris or enemies through it and send them flying through the air quite forcefully.
Could I jump through it?
I suppose you could.
Dangerous.
Hey, there's a lot of tall buildings, flying creatures. This is going to be great.
Oh, great.
You're right. Just try to be careful.
Yeah. I'll be fine. Boom. Is it max level though? No, it's level 1. Warp space with a tunnel of kinetic force that launches enemies, objects, and even its creator should they draw 2 pullos. Perfect for launching a sustained barrage or rapid movement. Ooh, so yeah, it does. I mean, I was hoping it allows me to fly. It doesn't, but close enough. Remains of the day is completed. Why should I talk to you again? Putting down roots. So we'll talk first again.
So, about all that stuff I had you bring me.
Right.
Turns out I don't need it as much as I thought I did when I was sleep deprived and strung out.
That makes sense.
Funny how much clarity comes from a nap.
Yeah. Anyway, I've put all those materials back in your chest.
That's good.
Along with a few other things Aurea and the band found cluttering the caravan.
Other things? What other things?
Wow. Thanks, Kaz.
Can I see other things?
Don't mention it. Use it for whatever you want. Gear, weapons, fixing up the camp.
An assault, a drake scale, 5 chill feather weave. Pretty damn good. Put down roots is new, so let's talk.
I hate to do this when we're already dealing with something like 7 distinct major crises each day.
Uh-huh.
I've got 2 pieces of bad news. Which one do you want to hear first?
Both. Cass would put the worst news out front, ask her to ease into it. Then again, she might know I would expect her order, and that's what she'd have for me. Ask for the first. The first.
First one. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent choice. We have a stove problem.
Stove.
We use specially enchanted coals to maximize burn time and minimize weight, and we're dead out of them.
Out of coals, huh?
And second, the stove itself is dented. Rather badly.
So we need a new stove.
What? How did that happen?
I don't know. I don't do stove maintenance. I'm a logistics girl. Maybe Sev sat on it.
He's still got bum fur, so if he did, it wasn't on.
Regardless, this is a Dam and Sola fix. 1 problem each.
Alright. Enchanted coal and
I'm not sure they're in the best place right now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking you. They both love you, and can be grown-ups for the good of the group.
Alright.
Aurea's already sick of salad.
Putting down roots. Because food. Consult with Dam to see about magical sources of heat. Of all the problems we faced here in the Enclave, we can't cook hot meals. Is the possibly the least deadly yet most inconvenient? Casimir asked if I could recruit Dam and Sola to fix things, which normally wouldn't be an issue, but they aren't in the best place right now. Nothing to do but ask, I suppose. Talk to you too. Blaze of glory.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
For what?
You saw through the eye from the start, and I doubted you when I shouldn't have.
Oh, it's fine.
I have experience dealing with slimy, over-promising leaders, so foresight was on my side there.
Oh, her hand is looking better though, look at that. But yeah, you have experience, he's bad.
I'm serious. I didn't realize he was capable of this.
No one could have predicted he would be manipulated so thoroughly. That level of incompetence is hard to foresee.
The Eye is the highest position of leadership within the Enclave. The most progressive place in the Maida.
Right.
One we've been told stories of our entire lives. It's become mythic.
The more time we spend here, the more I realize that those were practically fairy tales.
Maybe they were true back in the day, but
I allowed myself to be blinded by his title. I need to be sharper next time.
right, learnings. Always important. Blaze of glory.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
mind if we talk somewhere private?
Sure.
Lead the way.
But the freaking glowing ass ball right behind us, what the hell is that? From the
I
statues.
won't be returning to expeditions.
Oh.
I've known for a while now, but I couldn't bring myself to admit it. My days as Point are over.
Too old or because of this or what?
I thought you were recovering from your injury.
Not as well as I should be. That I got injured at all was a sign that I'm not as fast as I used to be.
Getting old. Okay.
I should count myself lucky. Not many Points get a career this long, but I'm not ready for this to end. Especially here, of all places.
Right.
What kind of legacy is it to reach the Enclave only to sit by the fire?
She wants to go out once.
But you've had an incredible career. And it isn't ending just because you can't go on expeditions.
I know, but it's not the same. And some part of me was hoping to end on a big score. I thought if I found out who my father was, if he turned out to be some great weaver like my mother, it's silly.
Tell me.
I thought I could solidify my legacy in history. Make sense of what my own contributions have been, if anything at all.
They have been.
You're an incredible weaver in your own right. You don't need impressive parents to prove that. And if you had to pick your last act as Point, isn't finding your way into the Enclave the biggest score of all?
She did do that.
You're everything I want to be.
That's very kind. Maybe in time I'll make peace with what my career has been. But for now, it's too raw.
Right, you need time.
Is there anything I can do?
Just go out once on something.
Unless you can give me a few years back. This is grief I'll need to sit with for a while.
Defeat a small
understand.
boss. They're not
I
all
wish there
that
was
hard.
something I could do to help Aurea see herself the way I see her. Lane knows a thing or two about recording legacies.
That is true. Blaze of Glory. Aurea pulled me aside to tell me she is retiring as Point. I can only imagine how much she's grieving this. All this time she's been struggling alone. As she hoped finding out who her father was would solidify her legacy. Except, what weaver in our time has a greater legacy than Aurea Silverbeak? There must be some way to help her see her accomplishments the way I see them. Maybe Lane could help me. We had a freaking ball of this here. I mean, we break them open, they reveal some good stuff actually. The freaking number of quests is insane, bro. As expected, everyone wants to talk. It's a whole new wave of missions that have popped up. Lane, we'll start with you again. Blaze of Glory, record her history.
Lane, I was wondering if you could help me with something.
What is it?
Well, it turns out Aurea's search for her father wasn't just about finding her family.
Crusades into one's lineage rarely are. Let me guess.
Oh?
She didn't find the missing piece of herself that she hoped she would, and now she's having an existential crisis.
Close.
Yeah, that kind of sums it up.
It happens. So, what has all this really been about?
She knows she needs to retire, and she's struggling with what her legacy has been.
Ah, isn't it strange how the most accomplished people never seem to recognize their own success?
Yeah, I was hoping you could help with that. After all, isn't chronicling a legacy your specialty?
We could certainly commemorate her career with a written account. A lovely idea.
Okay.
I would suggest we personalize it with anecdotes from each of our traveling companions, as they've been in Aurea's band longer than you or I.
Alright.
Would you interview them for me? Legacies may be my specialty, but you might have the leg up when it comes to connecting with others.
Oh, this is gonna be a long quest.
Sure, I can do that. Any tips on what to ask them?
Ask whatever you like. Maybe you want a few humorous stories in the mix? Or some readers prefer heartfelt.
Right.
why don't I start by interviewing you?
Oh,
Me?
Of course, we'll need your input. What has Aurea meant to you?
what has she meant to me? The faith she puts in me and everything. Share my feelings. I've learned a lot from her. Highlight Oria's expertise. Feelings or expertise? Expertise.
Before Aurea, I didn't really have much of a mentor when it came to weaving. Sure, I picked up things from my old band, but she takes passing on knowledge so seriously. And her love of our culture comes through in how she teaches.
Great. I'll transcribe that and start her biography.
Right.
Take
Great
notes when you
mentor.
speak to the others and come back to me.
Right. Blaze of Glory. 4. Interview other viewers to help Lane write an account of Oria's career. If Oria is worried whether she has a place in history, Lane and I will create one for her. Lane will start writing immediately, but they've asked me to interview the rest of our band for stories and anecdotes to make this account of Oria's career more personal. I need to speak with Casmin, Sev, Sola, and Dam to get their thoughts on what has defined Oria's career. Well, then we'll go back and we'll start with Casmin. Let's talk. Blaze of Glory.
Your idea to commemorate Oria's career with Lane is lovely. How can I help?
She just knows. Oria's impacted us all. Ask how she's affected Casmin. Oria's heroics are legendary. Ask which deed we should include in Lane's accounts. Yeah, what deed?
What is Aurea's most impressive accomplishment?
It's tough to choose. But I always remember this time we were camping in the Sansa Plains. Aurea had heard of a drake a few leagues north of where we made camp, believed to be one of the biggest in the Maida.
Biggest drake in the Maida.
She left on an expedition, hoping to return with a few scales or maybe a tooth.
Right.
Gone for hours, she came barreling back into camp at nightfall, dragging its entire hide behind her.
That's great. Can I do that?
We ate and drank like royalty for a fortnight with all the riches that hide bartered on the Imperial black market. I don't know which memory is fonder. All of us gathered around the fire, sharing a bottle of aged mead. Or the look on her face when she dragged that hide into the campsite.
That's perfect. Thank you for sharing.
My pleasure.
Kill the biggest drake. Did she also steal its strand? So that's important. Oh,
For us. We could have lost Brynn just as quickly as we lost her.
We didn't.
we didn't. That is true. I got one input. You want to hear every input? Nope. Okay, good. Putting down roots and Blaze of Glory. Let's start with Blaze of Glory.
You know, a lot of points struggle with transitioning into a Watcher's role full-time.
True. Probably makes sense.
And there's never been a point more passionate than Aurea.
Right.
I know. I hope this eases her pain.
I'm sure it will. Now, what can I do to help?
What question? Aurea has a lighter side many don't see. Ask if he has any funny stories. It's no secret Aurea is a great leader. Ask him why that is. Or should I actually go for some personal things? Why is she a great leader? They should figure out why she's a great leader. Lighter side.
We'll definitely highlight Aurea's accomplishments, but I'm wondering if you've got any lighter stories to share.
Oh, there was this one time I had to borrow a pair of her trousers after an experiment went awry.
That's not good.
Well, borrowed without asking first.
So you stole her trousers? And they fit you?
It was wash day, and I was trying to accelerate the drying process with a little magical heat. When all my clothes went up in flames, no one else in the camp would let me touch theirs. So I borrowed a pair from Aurea while she was out on an expedition, hoping to find a solution before she returned. Alas, I did not. When she came back, she simply cocked a brow and said they looked better on me than her. I still have those trousers. They're comfortable, so I wear them on wash day for a laugh.
Great.
And if I have to belt them above my ribs, so be it.
Thanks for sharing, Dam.
Alright. Wasn't really that funny, but okay. Put it down roots.
Ah, good. We're all here.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we're here to talk about the stove.
So, is that an excuse?
Anyway, stove's not working. Campfire sucks by comparison. How are we fixing this?
Yes, please, let's talk about the stove.
Uh-huh.
How did we run out of coal anyway? I spent 2 days in Varentia working on that last batch.
She got it. It's on purpose to get them together.
Sure. But then we ended up in the Enclave. So now we need to find more. Also in the Enclave.
I don't easily have the materials to process another batch. But the temple might have some.
Temple, okay.
I hate to admit it, but that was the one really useful thing I took out of my time with the Church of the Hallowed Pyre. They know their fuels.
Great. Temple. But what good's coal without a proper place to burn it for cooking? Sola?
If we're able to find coal like before, then it'll just be a case of reforming and reinforcing the old stove.
Right.
I will need a few materials. I'll draft up a list for Brynn.
Good. Excellent. We're moments away from hot food. Go team.
Great.
So I'll... Go team.
Go team. The design unlocked. Sturdy stove repair. Right? The most practical solution to our problem would be just building a fire, but I understand that as viewers we're not happy unless our food has a little magic in the mix. Dams proposed a new design for a stove that should last effectively forever. I need to gather a variety of materials, but the most notable is a specially treated coal used by the Hallowpire priest. Hopefully the temple in the capital's upper reaches hasn't been stripped clean. Sola. Let's craft. I need enchanted Hallowpire core, 3 forged and 3 woven. The camp stove, reinforced and sturdier than ever. Okay, let's talk. Apparently we can talk.
Brynn, would you...
Check on Sev? Always. But how are you holding up?
I'm alright. Just worried about him, you know? He did the right thing in the end, and he seems to have come back to us for now, but...
Worried?
All those issues that led him to the Eye in the first place, they aren't solved in a day.
He needs us now more than ever.
Exactly.
Alright, Blaze of Glory. Got some real stories
Brynn,
this time.
I love what you're doing for Aurea. How can I help?
Sola has been in the band the longest. Asked how Oria's evolved over the years. Oria is known for her courage. Ask what her bravest deed has been.
What do you think Aurea's bravest moment has been?
I think she's living through it right now.
Well, that's not very interesting.
How so?
Aurea loves danger. Hunting wild creatures, delving into dark ruins, pushing the boundaries of her magical abilities. But in my opinion, moments of true courage come from facing your fears, and Aurea's never been afraid of danger. But recognizing that it's time to let go of what she loves and step down? Leaving everything she's built in your hands. That takes more courage than she's ever had to muster. I don't think she could do it if it weren't for you.
Wow. Thank you, Sola.
I mean, I have been kicking ass.
Happy to help.
Sebastian. I don't know why I'm asking you about Blaze of Glory, but sure.
I haven't known Aurea for as long as the others, but she's done a lot for me.
Right.
I'd like to help with your project if I can.
Of course, Sev.
What do you want to know?
Sev joined more recently than others. Ask why he chose this band. He clearly appreciates Oria. Ask what she has done for him. Why he chose this band.
What drew you to Aurea's Weaver band?
Truthfully, it was Sola. I wanted to learn as a smith's apprentice, and her craftsmanship is unparalleled.
That doesn't help much.
But, I suppose, something she said about her leader always stuck with me. She said that Aurea valued competence and accountability above all else. It didn't matter what your station was or where you came from. In the Norian order, station was all that mattered, along with towing the line.
Makes sense.
I don't know. I thought it would be freeing to just focus on the work for once.
I suppose getting trapped with us wasn't the freeing experience you hoped for.
Yeah.
In some ways, no. But it's nice to be valued for my work, instead of my ability to cover for a superior's poor behavior.
Thanks, Ev.
Glad to be of service.
Alright, he has to earn back trust, so he's going to need to be. Blaze of Glory. Oria has such a profound impact on every weaver in her band. Now that I've spoken to the others, it's time for Lane and I to compile this account of Oria's career. Is that like a codex entry? It is. Spoke to Lane about Oria's expertise as a mentor. Casimir shared a few of Oria's accomplishments. Dam shared light on comedic moments during his travels. So spoke of Oria's bravery. Sev shared why he chose Oria's weaver band. Well, that's all the people too. That's nice. Okay. Weathering the storm. In the wake of the Spindle's death and the debacle at the Grand Gate, Oria has asked me to speak to Sev. Apparently, he has some kind of plan that will help us fight the Herald. Alright, how do we fight this Herald?
I appreciated your candor in the meeting, Sev.
It was terrifying. Wasn't sure I'd be allowed to stay.
Where are you gonna go anyway?
You didn't get to voice an opinion with the others. Are we?
He'll never open up if I yell, find out if I can trust him. He needs to know things haven't changed, lighten the mood. Easily to on about this, express my gratitude. Lighten the mood.
Well, I'm not going to pin a medal on you, because Sola says we shouldn't waste the materials. But you did good, big guy. We're a team. And it's good to know you're still with us.
I knew something was wrong the moment that thing started talking to me when Stanild wasn't around. It was very focused on you.
Why me?
Me?
So much so that it said the only way the plan would succeed was if you talked to it.
That's why you went there.
It reeked of trap. I didn't survive a decade around Tarzan Norians without picking up when someone's holding a knife behind their smile.
But you still took me down there.
Yeah, that's bad.
Sorry. An educated risk. I felt there was nothing it could do and wanted the whole band to hear it talk. I don't think it understood we have the scry.
That's a big advantage, okay?
And Stanild wouldn't use one, of course.
The Talon was his deepest secret. Whom would he tell?
Can you tell me more about Stanild's plans for once he went through the Grand Gate?
Just set up a base and try and fix things?
He was counting on Isla. She was exceptional at protective fields. But even then, no. I don't think he had a real plan. The Talon had convinced him he'd be able to survive, and fool that he was, he trusted it. We can't afford that mistake. But I have a theory. You know how the weather sometimes skews wildly hot and cold?
Yes, of course.
Right. The aeroliths.
What else do we see on similar cycles?
Plague? Miasma, yeah.
Miasma.
Exactly. So, it follows.
Same thing.
You think the aeroliths are able to affect raw magic somehow?
I do. And in Stanild's private records and designs. I found notes specifically on aeroliths with Norian commentary.
Okay.
You think the Norians were involved in their creation?
I mean, they made the tapestry, right?
It would certainly explain why Tarza had such access to aeroliths before the Surge. If I'm right, this might be the key to making the source survivable.
And everywhere else there is, horrible
Fewer
tangles.
tangles means less dead me.
Fewer tangles.
Absolutely. Where do we start?
You'll need to head to the Watersmith area of the Institute. And I'll guide you from there.
There's a watersmith area? What watersmith area? Secrets of the Norian shared by Sev. Freely despite the risks.
Sacrificed everything for us.
I still can't believe she's gone.
Her death could have been prevented if... Never mind. I can't even go there right now.
Right. Sev seemed a little worried. I would be upset about everything that went down between him and Stanhead. I'm glad we had the chance to play the air. Regardless, he's clearly came up with a plan based on everything he learned from Stanhead. Now he has me tracking down some lost information from his former Norian associates in the Institute beneath the city. Norian Secret Project. Secrets of the Norian shared by Shev. Okay. Despite the risk. Mr. Arashim, compare and contrast is a new mission.
Do you know what's amazing?
I don't know.
Tell me.
Digging into the past and salvaging relics that change your understanding of everything we do.
Sure, I guess. Very specific.
Maybe this is old hat for you because you've been free to do it for so long.
I haven't been doing it that long, but I can't imagine it will ever get old.
Well, good. So, our relics of the day are those scries we recovered, which work very much like yours.
Okay.
Which demolishes my original bet on ours having been affected by this surge somehow.
Quality differences.
My best guess now is that they're working so well because they were packed up so tight.
Huh.
I floated the idea with Dom and he was pretty into it. Want to join me in following up?
Sure.
Oh, don't need me to do the asking this time?
No. I'm getting the hang of this.
Alright. Compare and contrast. A little bit dumb. Eric has been trying out the newly recovered scries. Apparently, they are much closer to ours in terms of quality, which has him thinking he'd like to know why there's such a disparity. Ours is from before the surge, and after all, so it's not a matter of age. Dam probably has some ideas. Alright, Dam, compare and contrast with me.
It's good you're here, Brynn. We have a mystery to solve.
I know.
A scrinundrum.
Conundrum.
Ah, no, that doesn't work.
Great.
Scriddle?
Great, that's good.
Ah, damn it. That's so much better.
You two are fun. To business, though, what we need to really work on the scries is a new set of the tools I use to maintain ours.
Okay.
Do you not have them?
Lost in our mad dash through the veil.
That should be top of the list then.
I hadn't felt the urgent need to replace them just yet, but if we're to compare and contrast our three classes of scry, we'll need them.
Okay. Seems odd this didn't come up earlier. Yeah, ask why we need them now.
We haven't needed these tools until now?
Like most Enclave enchantments, the scries are incredibly durable. I normally maintain ours every few months. We had more pressing matters at hand until this mystery reared its head.
Yeah, I wasn't aware Dam had to do maintenance. Ask what he uses.
What exactly do these tools involve?
They are so very fiddly. Small optics for examining the casing, tiny enchanted ones to target the patterns that form the images and keep the sound clear.
Great.
That sort of thing. Like tuning an instrument?
Very precise tools. We are not the only weavers here. Ask if we could get some from the hold.
Could we not borrow some from Eric's people?
I tried. I would consider their tools insufficient to our needs.
Oh, great.
He's saying they're bad.
The bad.
I'm saying they're bad, but politely.
It was good, Amia. Proceed to what they need from me.
This is usually the part where I find myself wrestling a giant lizard or something. So you might as well just tell me now.
What am I gonna kill?
Brynn, you never fail to cut to the heart of the matter, but I have good tidings. We need you to pick a flower.
A flower, huh?
A flower? That's it?
Not quite. It's from a plant renowned for its magical sensitivity called Mirian's Bloom.
Mirian's Bloom, huh?
And the tricky part, Dom was telling me, is that it can't be moved via any kind of teleportation. No loom gates and such.
I gotta walk.
Indeed, and complicating matters, it withers very quickly once picked.
Huh.
Lane and I can stabilize it, but we'll need our workstations here to do so, which means...
I gotta do it.
I'm going to have to run.
Uh-huh.
Pretty much. Sorry about that.
I'll just stretch extra. Do we know where I can find some?
Very far away.
Yes, in the swamp not too far from here, on the other side of the hollow.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, these are unlocked. Scry maintenance. Recover the bloom from Archon's expansion edges. Might return the bloom to base camp without any magical travel. I haven't heard of Miniad's broom before today, but apparently it's critical to some kind of alchemical process Dam uses to tune and maintain the scry. He's lost his supply and tools when we had to rush into the Enclave, so if we want to compare the hard-sided scries to our own, he's going to need them back. Tula's already got the recipe to build the rest of the tools, but the bloom's the tricky part. Apparently it's so delicate that you can't travel with it using any kind of magic, including loom gates. It also loses its alchemical potency very quickly after being harvested and requires the kind of apparatus to stabilize that isn't conducive to fieldwork in somewhere as dangerous as the Enclave. In other words, I'm going to have to run. And remember to stretch. Alright, and you have the design. What else do we need? Stabilizing myriad bloom, thick hide and hard leather. Okay. A kit created with myriad bloom for analyzing a scry's functionality. The camp stove, reinforcing sturdier. A talk buddy? Nope, okay. And then we have to compile something. Codex compiling Chronicles of Oria Silverbeak. Her quartermaster Casman Thane has said that she was initially skeptical of Oria's offer of adventure. Something so flighty as glory and treasure hunting had little appeal to her grounded nature. However, she joined for the appeal of caring for a close-knit band, and in time she even grew enamored with the element of adventure as well. So from a safe distance, preferably with one hand woven into Arva's fur. Her favorite memory highlights the time Oria single-handedly felled a massive ash-peaked drake in the Sanchez Desert. The triumphant look on Oria's face as she dragged the drake's carcass into the camp brought Casimir a little closer to understanding the appeal of dangerous heroics. After the coming fortnight's food and drink bought for the caravan by this daily bounty warmed her up to adventure completely. Dam Ken Nuri, the enchanter in Oria's view band, hopes that Oria will be remembered in history not just for her heroics, but for her often hidden sense of humor. He recalls a laundry day on a rye in hopes of accelerating the drying process. He used heat magic and set all his pants aflame. The rest of the band refused to lend him a pair for fear that their garments would to be reduced to ash as well. So he borrowed a pair of pants from Oria while she was an expedition. When she returned to the camp to see Dam wearing them, she simply looked him up and down before giving an approving stoic nod. They looked better on him than her. The Warrior takes her role and the band seriously. She greets the team's occasional hijinks and missteps with a good-natured laugh. She famously never forgets to find the fun in what they are doing, difficult given the materials circumstances faced by weavers nowadays, but vital nonetheless. Warrior Smith, Tullian Nicodor, Adad, has said that for all Oria's heroic deeds and moments of bravery, what has taken the most courage was the acknowledgement that she needs to step down as Point. So few Points are lucky to have a distinguished career as Oria, even fewer Points have loved their jobs as Oria has. Sola's apprentice, Sebastian, has also said that his total initial impetus for joining the band was being told that Oria valued competency and accountability above all else. It didn't matter what your station was or where you came from. In her Weaver band, the hierarchy wasn't built on predetermined social status. What mattered was simply showing up and doing your job. Sev says that Oria's band is one of the few places where this platitude has proved to be entirely true, and few relationships within any Weaver band are quite so special as one shared between mentor and point. We were still quite so special as the one between Oria and Brynn. It is often difficult to find a great mentor among weavers due to how scattered caravans have become across the Meda since the surge. Brynn considers the expertise and knowledge imparted on her by Oria to be one of the greatest gifts of her career. Though the through the testimonies of Though the testimonies of her band speak volumes about her influence and career, perhaps Oria's most significant contribution to Weaver culture has been re-entering her birthplace, the Enclave, a steadfast guidance through a storm of deadly tangles to reach the Vale, through the Enclave's wild outskirts, its abandoned capital city, and even through its now fractured political sphere, will surely be considered the first steps to its post-surge renaissance in the decades to come. Blaze of glory.
My hand is cramped, but the account of Oria's career is finished.
That's good.
Great. I'll gather everyone if you're ready to present it.
I'll need to ice my quill hand, but of course.
All right.
Let's hope she likes this.
She will.
Should. We put a lot of work into it, so.
What's going on?
She's surprised.
We wanted to present the latest addition to Lane's archive to you, together. We all contributed, though credit goes to Lane for compiling and writing it.
Indeed.
I've titled it A True and Personal Account of Oria Silverbeak Harpinet.
What is going on?
We wanted to do something special to commemorate your time as Point.
I mean, we are solidifying that she's leaving.
You didn't have to do all this.
We did. You've done more for each of us time and time again.
That is true.
No one is more deserving of a place in Weaver history than you, Oria.
So we took it upon ourselves to write you one.
As a thank you for everything.
You need to earn back trust, buddy.
I don't know what to say.
Lane, why don't you read just the opening?
Again, I read it already.
Oria Silverbeak, as she came to be known, was born to Sharian Harpinet and Eugenius Osphine inside the Enclave just before the surge.
I didn't read this.
Osphine.
Though she never knew her father, her mother hoped Oria would follow in her footsteps as a skilled enchantress within the Maida.
but Oria decided to become a point, blazing her own trail. Something she would continue to do throughout her career, bigger and bolder each time. We'll let you read the rest on your own.
I didn't read that part.
We hope this account will help you see yourself and your accomplishments the way we see you.
I'm at a loss. All I can say right now is thank you.
Helps, I hope so. Although it does really solidify the fact that she's not going to be point anymore, but sure. Days of Glory is complete. Okay, anyone wants to talk more? I mean, he wants to talk. You want to talk about Hearthfire? That's new.
Brynn, I was so moved by what you did for Oria. It's clear she means a lot to all of you.
You want to do the same for the spindle lady? Forget.
Thank you. She does.
But her father, Eugenius Osphine,
Oh,
I know who he is.
you know who he is.
You do?
Yes. And I want you to make an offering for his grave.
Right.
I can give you a key swatch to reach it.
Wait, you know where it is?
I do. And I'm sure Oria would love to watch you visit on the scry.
She can go herself.
Okay, but shouldn't we tell her?
Trust me, this is something you should show her directly. Come back when you've got the offering and I'll give you the key swatch.
Is there a new area? Gravesite offering. Hearthfire. Arakim was incredibly moved by our band's tribute to Oria's career, and learning who her father was, he realized he actually knows where Eugenius was buried. He'd like me to bring an offering to his grave on Oria's behalf while she watches on the scry. I should be able to make one using some winter scrap and pure selenite. I have that. Winter scrap is found in flowers that emit frost magic when broken, and pure selenite can be scavenged from the arc of the forge, either from its armor or the latches securing the armor plates. In place of a flower, I could use one of Oria's feathers to make it special. I could probably find one near her perch. Could craft it now. Or we are doing both. A beautiful offering to be placed on Eugenius Osphine's grave, personalized with Oria's feather. We can do that. Lot of talking again. So yeah, this, I mean, I was gonna say it's a problem with the game. It's not really a problem though, is it? Part of the whole thing.
One of Oria's feathers would be beautiful as part of the offering for her father's grave.
Just say that right in front of her. That's fine. It's supposed to be like a secret or whatever, but you know, you can just say it. Go make this.
An offering for Eugenius. Time to talk to Arik.
Right. Now that I've got an offering, I need to retrieve the keys from Arik. It should allow me to visit the grave where Oria's father was buried. All right, I got the offering.
I've made an offering for Eugenius's grave.
Great. Here's the key swatch to his farm. That's where he was buried.
Right.
I'll join Oria at the scry when you arrive.
Are you sure you don't want to be the one to place the offering? This was your idea after all.
It will be more meaningful for her if it's you. Trust me.
That may be
Alright.
true.
Thank you for this.
She does know me a lot more, and I am apparently her person. Key swatch acquired. Or
Trees still ripe with inspiration, Lane?
Oh, yes, always.
ripe with inspiration. Arik is going to stay with Oria on the scry when I visit her father's grave. Turns out he was actually buried on his farm, Ossipine pastures. Time to use Arik's key swatch to reach it. Okay, if nobody has anything more to talk about, could head. Oh god, it's getting late though. I've done everything I can. A farm sought by Oria is now available via the loom gate. Ossipine pastures, peace and prosperity. Before I do that, take me to the hold. I want to see if I can talk to the eye again after all of this. It's just a lot. Oh, okay, there's more talking here.
You are hardly in any position to make lofty demands. The council convened and unanimously stripped you of your role. You no longer hold the privileges of the Eye.
And how quickly did you convene that council? You hardly waited for my daughter's body to cool.
She is dead because of you. Because of your reckless behavior and deception, no less.
Hirun, how dare you? Every decision I've made, every action I've taken has been for her protection.
Yeah, and then you ran away. Good job.
Abandoning her at the Grand Gate was for her protection. We all saw you on the scry. And that is Khan Arteme to you, Kenrick.
Is this a bad time?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
No. You're more than welcome at Cassidon's Hold. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you.
In your face.
I came to offer my condolences. To both of you.
Oh. Thank you.
Isha's book was unparalleled, a matter of intellect. Stood up what she believed in, on her bravery. Isha welcomed us with open arms, kindness, bravery.
In the end, she was braver than any of us could have imagined. She took a stand and did what she believed was right. I owe her my life.
Maybe.
She was exceptional. It's hard to imagine the Enclave will ever recover from this loss.
Then why are you so opposed to giving her the funeral she deserves?
With the Surgeborn swarming Denevron, we can't risk a trip to the Hallowpire Rise.
For generations, every Stanild has received the right of ashes upon death. Isla will not be the exception to this.
Could I perform the rite on your behalf?
Maybe.
You?
Oh, great.
Don't tell me you're a Hallowpire priestess on top of being a righteous pain in my ass.
Skies, do you want a funeral or not? She's our best option.
Isla saved my life. I want to help you honor her death.
I suppose you do owe her that. Fine. For the rite of ashes, you need to burn an object that was sacred to the deceased upon the high pyre. As you collect the ashes, you must read a rite aloud to thank the flames for bringing the deceased to rest.
Do you have an object that was sacred to Isla?
Isla's most prized possessions aren't in Cassidon's Hold. She had a secret refuge in Dredger's Mire.
Okay.
You're sure to find something. She was always sneaking away at night to work there.
You knew she was sneaking out of Cassidon's Hold.
I knew my daughter better than she realized. Return to me with the ashes.
Right.
Thank you, Brynn.
Well, that was unexpected, but it makes sense. In memories. Retrieve the spindle's personal effects from a secret refuge near Polder Vale in Dredger's Mire. I'm not sure what's stranger, that Isla had a secret refuge in the outskirts, or that her father knew she was sneaking out of Cassidon's Hold all this time. It isn't safe for anyone in Cassidon's Hold to travel to the Hallowpire Rise for a funeral, so I have been tasked with performing the rites of ashes on Isla's behalf. I need to collect an object that was sacred to Isla from her refuge and burn it on the altar. As I collect the ashes for Isla's father, I need to speak the sacred rite. I don't follow the first flame personally, so Khan Arteme transcribed the rite for me. Though the flame abates and the ash grows cold, let she who worshipped you rest in eternal warmth. Talk about with you? Oh, there is. Crazy, man. So much to talk about.
Hey, I can't imagine how you must be feeling.
I am broken.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a piece of me. Regardless.
Because you're in charge.
Yeah.
For now. Someone had to be. I don't know how I'm supposed to carry on like this. Without her, my support is gone. My foundations crumbled to dust. She wouldn't want me to cry. So I won't.
You can if you need to. I know our Weaver Band is still fairly new here, but you've got our support. all of us.
The funeral will honor her memory. Even if it's not what he wants, she would understand that it's enough.
Yeah.
One day at a time, Brynn. That's all we can promise to ourselves.
One day at a time. It's sad, man. I mean, I couldn't have done anything to prevent the deaths. Look at that freaking burning thing over there, though. Well, lots of things to do. I can save game here, though, which is good. Save it over there. And I'll see you in the next one.